He knows I don't understand a word of Thai, right? He's gonna tell me shit and I'm not gonna know. You ready? Got a helmet?
Yeah.
Okay. Gear. Yep.
Gear 1 Gear 2
Okay.
อันนี้ stop
Stop. Brakes.
มีเกียร์อะไรบ้างเกียร์ว่างว่าอะไรเกียร์ว่าง
Neutral. And then what are these? Oh, because it stops one wheel and then okay. I'm backpacking. Holy shit, this thing's heavy.
เวลาเลี้ยว
I'm not gonna stop, right?
แล้วก็ stop
You do it.
stop
Oh, okay. Whew. Thank you. I've driven 150 miles an hour and that was way more terrifying. Well, apparently Dad has become a little territorial all of a sudden because he's been down here the past few days working the property line here, staking it out, stringing it out, and apparently today we are taking delivery of 1,200 cement blocks that he ordered that I guess he intends to build some sort of a wall with. So he's going a certain height up, I think 3 rows up with the concrete, and then doing some sort of like wire fence on top of that or something at like 6 and something rye here. I don't know how long that's going to take him. I don't think 1,200 bricks is going to make the entire perimeter, but I guess he's setting out to do one part of the property line at a time. So I don't know. I'm staying out of the way.
What the fuck are these guys doing?
So I guess in addition to the wall, Dad is also going to be building us a chicken coop, which is what this second load of bricks is going to be for. So I'm not sure in which order, wall, chicken coop, which came first, the wall or the chicken, egg, chicken, I don't know. Again, I'm staying totally out of the way. So given that you guys only see me here on YouTube, it probably appears that I have a very action-packed existence because there's always something happening in YouTube videos, which I do try to depict all of that as accurately and honestly as I can. But the reality of it is, in addition to all of that stuff that you see, there is a tremendous amount of downtime, especially right now, given the hot, dry weather. It is so hot out here. Turn on my water. I mean, right now it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Temperature is well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is just blistering hot. And it's been like this every day for I don't know how many weeks now, and apparently will be like this for a while longer. Especially this year, they're saying some sort of El Niño effect is going to extend hot, dry season, whatever. So I try and get outside early in the morning. Usually, you know, as soon as the sky starts to lighten up a little bit, around 5:30, 6 a.m., I'm out, I'm working out, I'm doing whatever chores that I have or projects that I can get done. And then I will typically scamper back inside by, I don't know, 8:30, 9 a.m. and pretty much hunker down in my air-conditioned office for most of the day. Now, if I have something pressing that needs to get done, I'm not afraid of, you know, rolling up my sleeves, getting sweaty, staying outside and working all day in this hot sun. But I'm not actively looking for stuff to do outside this time of day. It is just too hot. Meanwhile, got Pinky's dad over here, and this psychopath has been out, I don't know how many days this week now, running this freaking chainsaw up and down, getting this wood ready, I guess, to make us some sort of chicken coop is the plan. I mean, I don't think anybody asked him to do this. He just electively decided to come out and work in this oppressive heat with his chainsaw. And Pinky was telling me he used to do this kind of stuff when she was a kid, and she remembers actually like him doing it with a handsaw. And I don't know if it was one of those 2-man saws or he did it with one hand, but she would have to, her job was to sit there and pour water on the saw as it was cutting to keep the blade cool and lubricated. And she used to fall asleep doing that job. But yeah, this maniac used to do this by hand, and now he's out with the power saw, the chainsaw. He probably thinks it's like super easy compared to the old way. I don't know. The guy's a machine.
I generally
try and avoid junk food, although I do love it. But when a subscriber stops by with pure, genuine, authentic Canadian maple syrup, it would have been a disservice to all of humanity not to source some ice cream. For those not in the know, Canadian maple syrup is legal tender in Canada. You can actually show up with a bottle of this stuff and trade it towards a moose or an island or pretty much anything else there. It is good stuff and liquid gold in those parts. So thank you, Fred. Thank you, Annie. Appreciate you stopping by. And maple syrup is going to good use. So this is pretty nuts. Dad has been out here all week with nothing but what started as a full tree and his chainsaw. And has converted this space into a lumber yard where he's cut all of these boards. These things must be, geez, close to 20 foot in length. And I don't know what kind of tree this was, but man, that's pretty impressive. It's definitely not Home Depot lumber, that's for sure. Give her the beans, Dad. Whoa, Jesus, Dad. I know neither where the kill switch is or how to call life flight, so if something happens, we're in trouble. So I'm about to be treated to a 2-hour massage here at home, which is going to be awesome, I hope. Pinky and I, almost every week, not quite, but almost every week, we'll go down to Wee right in town here on Saturdays. Usually you get a 2-hour couples massage and then grab dinner or something afterwards, and it's been phenomenal. But we're actually trying the in-home service this week, which is nice in a sense that I can get up from my 2-hour massage and climb right in my own bed, take a nap. We'll see how this goes. Soups.
You want to do a Thai massage or you want an oil massage?
Tell me the difference again.
Thai and oil.
Perfect.
ไม่รู้ว่าจะใส่ไงไปไหนไง
Look at some pulse, get some leverage. I'm ready.
God.
All right, just finished up my 2-hour Thai massage here in the living room, which was incredible. Thai massages are all the same in a sense that it's a very fine line between, oh my God, this hurts so bad, and oh man, that feels great, which is what this was for the past 2 hours. So absolutely phenomenal. And for the low price of 150 baht per hour, which I believe comes out to $4.67 US dollars per hour, got 2 hours. So full 2-hour Thai massage, the real deal, less than $10. And how do you go wrong with that? When Pinky and I usually go into Wichianburi to the shop, we pay a little more, just, I don't know, 200 baht an hour or something, slightly more, but still an absolute bargain relative to what I'm accustomed to back in the States. It's such a perk of living here is getting these just amazing massages for next to no money. Pinky's in getting her 2 hours right now, and it is still roughly 1 million degrees out here, and I'm going to head back inside, soak up some air conditioning. With my 2 pond twins now nearly conjoined at the surface, it was time to set to work to place the diffusers from a previous episode in what I hope will be their final resting spot, but let's face it, it probably won't be. All right, so I got the diffusers where they're gonna live for who knows how long, but I understand that there are a million different ways this could go wrong. This berm could completely collapse and dissolve. The diffusers, even if things work well, are totally underpowered for this application. I get all of that stuff, but I'm still doing this. Humor me. I have nothing left to lose here at this point except for my pride, and that's pretty much gone anyway. So this is what we're doing. I did get some great feedback on the last video I did about this, and some links to some other videos and some suggestions about building some sort of pretty much giant waterfall system, either through concrete cylinders, or there's a couple other plans that somebody had given me, and I think that's a great idea. It's almost just like a giant wet dry filter that you would have in an aquarium, and I love that idea, and that is kind of what I'm striving to do at some point, but that's not going to happen today. It's probably not going to happen this week, and I've only got a little bit of time before the water totally swallows up that berm. So if I'm going to set these here, now's the time to do it. I have obviously the air lines running to them, and then I also have some, like, I guess we'll call it safety rope, retrieval rope. So if this whole thing does collapse, I hope at the very least I can pull this stuff back out of the water. I'll lose the pavers, of course, but if I can pull the diffusers back up the shore and recover them without me having to actually dive in and search around blindly for them, I guess I've at least got that. Well, good morning. How are you? How are you, huh? Long night? All right, so it is 6:25 a.m. and I'm just getting up from my nap. A little bit of a strange evening. Had to get up at around 12:30. Had calls with US folks from, I don't know, 1 to 3 something, and then I went back to bed for a nap. Went back to my couch at my office. So I'm up now, 6:30, which is kind of a late start for me. Usually I'm up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up for the day and doing my thing. So this is a bit of a strange morning, but first order of business here is to feed Mr. Long. We've got him some chicken and some rice. Pinky's still out of town for a couple days. Up celebrating and doing some family stuff. Her cousin's becoming a monk or something. I saw some pictures of it. She's up in Surin doing that, so I'm here holding down the fort by myself. Here you go, Mr. Man. Breakfast is served. Get you some fresh water here. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but we've got this click, click, click sound, which is our electric fence that has been installed around the short wall of the tortoise pen. And that usually only gets plugged in at night or if we're going to be gone during the day for an extended period of time. This tortoise enclosure has got a very tall fence on the far side over there, but this front and side here are really low, and I did it that way in anticipation of at some point having a larger perimeter fence. Whether it's probably won't be around the whole property, but at least part of the property here. And the purpose of that would be to keep dogs and most people out. So I kept this wall low for the tortoise pen because I want to be able to see in there and kind of have them as part of the family and not totally separated by a tall wall that you kind of have to peer over and they're kind of out of sight, out of mind. I wanted them very open and accessible, except accessible to me also means accessible to, at this point, dogs. And I'm still worried about that. I have had zero issues. There's a lot of dogs that come through here. The ones that have seen the tortoises, either because I've had the door open or maybe they've been out and about. None of the dogs have caused any problems with the tortoises at all, but I do not trust that at all when unattended. So I want to make sure that dogs stay out. Even Long, I don't even want him in there with the tortoises. Again, he has caused no issues or given no indication that he would cause any problems, but it's just something I don't want to risk. So got the electric fence. Go came over and spent a few days rigging that up, and just an added layer of security for my guys. I would like to water a couple things this morning, but I'm not sure where I left off on water quantity last night. I think I've got full tanks, but still like to check here. Oh yeah, we got plenty, so I'm okay to water some of the stuff out here, and since the sun will be up in a couple hours, it'll start that well pump pumping to replenish whatever I draw down for the next half an hour here. Yeah, and I don't know what the temperature is out right now, but it is so pleasant. Like, I mean, it feels cool. It may be 80 plus degrees Fahrenheit, but like compared to the 100 plus that it gets during the day, it is so pleasant out right now that I just love these mornings just to get up. And, you know, you can do anything right now and not sweating to death. And I know when we first got here in January, it was even better. Like, you get up and you almost feel a little chilled in the morning, which was a surprise to me because I didn't even think it ever got that cool here in this part of Thailand. But even right now, in the dead of hot season, you get up in the morning and man, it is just so nice for maybe 2 or 3 hours. And then as soon as that sun starts showing itself above the horizon, you can just feel what's coming. And it gets hot. So now is the time to be out and about before I go back into hiding.